Today we will discussing about the demonstration of the liver. It is a large and solid gland in our body. It is present in the abdominal region. Exactly, it is present. The location of the liver is present in the right hypochondrial region. Mainly, it also extends epigastrium and also left hypochondrial region. Next, the shape of the liver is wedge shape. The color is reddish brownish color, and the weight of the gland is 1600 grams in males, 1300 grams in females. So this, according to this falciform ligament, this is a falciform ligament, is nothing but a peritoneum. This is the falciform ligament, it is nothing but a peritoneum. This falciform ligament, it started from the superiorly from the inferior vena cava to up to the ligamentum teres. This falciform ligament separates the liver into mainly two lobes, right lobe, left lobe, separated by the falciform ligament. Not only these two lobes, and also we can identify here caudate lobe and quadrant lobe. So this is the caudate lobe, this is the caudate lobe, and this is the quadrant lobe. So liver having the mainly large right lobe and left lobe. These two are separated by the falciform ligament. And posteriorly we can identify another two lobes also there. Another one is the superiorly we can identify the caudate lobe. Next inferiorly we are identify the quadrant lobe. Next, liver having the five surfaces are there. One is the anterior surface. This is the anterior surface. This is the posterior surface. This is the posterior surface. This is the inferior surface. This is the inferior surface. This is the posterior surface. This is the anterior surface. This is the superior surface, and this is the right surface. So five surfaces are there. This is the anterior surface. This is the posterior surface of the liver. Next, this is the superior surface. This is the inferior surface. Next, another one is the right surface. So here liver having the two lobes, right lobe, left lobe, separated falciform ligament. Next, five surfaces. This is the anterior surface, posterior surface, superior surface, inferior surface, right surface is there. So next, and also here we can identify the right lobe is more larger than the left lobe. See here, falciform ligament separates. Right lobe occupies in the right hypochondrial region mainly, and also it is 5/6, and also it occupies the 1/6 area of the liver. And also here five surfaces, that is the anterior, posterior, superior, inferior, right surface. Next, not only this, and also here right lobe having the mainly five surfaces we can identify. See, this is the anterior surface, posterior surface, superior, inferior, right surface are there. But whereas the left lobe we won't identify that much of the surface. Anterior surface, posterior surface, and inferior surface is there. Here border is there. Next, and also anterior surface and inferior surface is separated by the prominent margin is there. Inferior border, prominent margin that separates the anterior and inferior surfaces. Now one by one we'll discuss surfaces, what are the relation. Peritoneal discussion will discuss first. Peritoneum here all over covered to the liver except bare area. What is bare area means here? Bare area is there is no peritoneal covering. Okay, the peritoneal relations of the liver. So here except bare areas, peritoneum is covered to the liver. So where we find the bare areas? What is the bare area? See here, the mainly here we can identify the posterior surface of the liver. There is a right triangular area, left triangular area. Next, another one is the superior and inferior coronary ligaments. Next, another one, fossa for inferior vena cava. Here this is the inferior vena cava. Here fossa for inferior vena cava, fossa for gallbladder, and here we can add the porta hepatis. This is the ductus venosus. So these areas, except these areas, there is no peritoneal relations. These bare areas, remaining all our area covered with the peritoneum. So One is the right triangular area, left triangular area, inferior vena cava, fossa for gallbladder, ductus venosus. This is the ductus venosus. This is the porta hepatis. Except these areas, remaining all areas covered with the peritoneum, that is called the bare area. Next, surface we will discuss what are the relation. Here the anterior surface of the liver, here it is covered with the, see here it anteriorly, anteroinferiorly it is covered with the diaphragm. The diaphragm separate the, above is the pleura, below is the liver is there. Whereas the posterior surface, here we can identify the, in the posterior surface, caudate lobe is there. Here inferior vena cava is there. See caudate lobe, here we can identify right side it is relation with the inferior vena cava, right side it is left side it is relation with the ductus venosus. Now it is ligamentum venosus. Ligamentum venosus. Next inferior porta hepatis. Superior surface is there. And also here inferior to this porta hepatis. Here we can identify the structures. Here this is the portal vein, hepatic artery. This is called the hepatic artery, hepatic duct, hepatic artery. This is the portal vein. These three structures covered with the peritoneum, that is, you know, that lesser omentum, which is covered to the lesser margin, lesser curvature of the stomach to the up to the porta hepatis. This covered to these structures. Next, and also below we can identify the quadrate lobe is there. Quadrate lobe, left side it is relation with the teres ligament, right side is the fossa for gallbladder. Superiorly we can identify the transversely, that is the porta hepatis. Next, whereas the inferior surface, here in the inferior surface we can identify here this is a quadrate lobe and ligamentum teres. This ligamentum teres, now it is ligament, but in the intra-aortic layer very useful. Through this we can identify the umbilical vein is passing from the umbilical cord to the liver. Here ductus venosus. From here it is open into the inferior vena cava. Directly the oxygenate blood passing to the direct to the right atrium. Next, inferior surface we can identify the relations of the, here we can identify the pyloric region of the stomach. Here the gastric impression is there. Next, and also here in this region we can right side we can identify the right colic flexure is there. Next, whereas the here the posterior surface right side, here for the kidney relation is there. Kidney relation, suprarenal gland relation is there. This is a gallbladder. Exactly we can identify here the inferior margin, prominent margin, very easy to identify. Next, another one, superior surface, and the right surface it is a large, it is covered with the diaphragm. It separates the right side, it is relation with the 7th to the 11th ribs. The above is the pleura and below is the, see the right surface, here right surface covered with the, that is the diaphragm is there. Diaphragm here in the right side we can identify that it extends 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th ribs. Here sometimes we are sucking at the time of the biopsy we are sucking the fluid from the area in between the 9th and 10th intercostal space. This is the right surface, superior surface, anterior surface, posterior surface, inferior surface. Posterior surface having the caudate lobe, inferior surface having the quadrate lobe is there in the posterior. And visceral relation, you know, left lobe it is relation with the stomach, pyloric antrum, and whereas the right side, here we can identify the kidney and suprarenal gland. That's why there is no retroperitoneal organ relation is a, that is the bare area which is present in the posterior surface, of the right lobe of the liver. Blood supply of the liver. You know that 80% of the blood is supplied from through the portal vein. Portal vein, actually they hear the name vein. Vein actually it collects the receiving the venous blood, but here in the portal vein nutrient blood is passing. It collecting the nutrient blood from the spleen, splenic vein, from the superior mesenteric vein, inferior mesenteric vein, unite together at the neck of the pancreas. You form a portal vein that is passing through the right free margin of the lesser omentum, passing through this portal vein. That is the 80% blood supplies to the liver. Next, remaining 20% of the blood passing through the hepatic arteries. This is a hepatic artery. This hepatic artery, it is a branch of the celiac trunk. Celiac trunk branch, it is going, it collects from the celiac trunk, it passing and enter into the liver. That is the 20% of the blood through the hepatic artery, 80% blood through the portal vein. Next, another one is the lymphatic drainage. Mainly here the hepatic lymph nodes. So if any infection is there here, hepatic lymph nodes are enlarged. Next, the nerve supply of this nerve supply sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves. Parasympathetic through the vagus nerve, sympathetic is the 6 to 10 segments of the spinal cord. So that is the nerve supply, lymphatic drainage and blood supply of the liver. Next, another one, the hepatic segment. Clinically, surgically, we are divided into liver into 8 segments are there. Right side, right lobe having the 4 segments, hepatic segment. Left lobe also having the 4 hepatic segments. For descriptive purpose, we are divided into 8 segments. Right side having the right side, that is the anterior and posterior. Left side is the lateral and medial segments are there. You make a numbering from right side to the left side. That is the first one. Here first one, second one, third segment, fourth segment, fifth segment, sixth segment, seventh and 8 segments are there. So right side, right lobe having the 4 segments, left side having the 4 segments. So liver having the surgically hepatic segments are 8 segments are there. Through, if you know this the segment, these are useful in the clinically, surgically. If you removing sometimes the hepatic resection and also that is a liver removal of the liver, that is liver transplantation. At the time liver transplantation and resection of the liver segment, sometimes the only this piece in the middle piece, 5th and 8th piece only we are remove, and also after that also it is developed and fused with the remaining part of the liver. That is the hepatic segments, 8 are there. Next is the clinical importance. Why should we know all these anatomy, the location, shape and weight, the color, surfaces and everything? So why should we know this clinically? So actually it is not palpable. So when it is enlarged only, the liver is extends into the right iliac fossa, that is a hepatomegaly. And also sometimes the malnutrition of the liver, at the time liver tissue, it is removed and replaced by the fibrous tissue, that is called cirrhosis of the liver. Cirrhosis of the liver, if you find, we can identify the portal compressing of the portal vein, and we can identify the around the umbilicus, we can identify caput medusae. Okay. Next, another one is the next partially resection of the segments and also fully liver nowadays we are using the liver transplantation. Before you doing this, you should know everything of the liver and also where the segments are there. So that is the liver and the applied anatomy or the clinical importance. So now you knows the everything about this. So how to hold in anatomy? See, always you hold like this, right lobe in the right hypochondrium, left lobe in the towards the left hypochondrium. If you keep in the anatomy, you keep the forceps in the inferior vena cava, that is always like this. So that is the anatomical position of the liver. So always you keep like this right hypochondral region. This is the anatomical position of the liver. Thank you.